Why hello there. Welcome to this video and to my face. Yes, hello. Today I'm going to be doing my child's hair. Yes, awesome. Let's do it. So very important here, you have to provide snacks for your child. We also have on the television some cartoons, very important. Whatever one makes the child zone out and just stare at the TV like a zombie. Now, her hair is already a little bit wet because I started to spray it down before I realized, oh crap, I really want to make a video of this. So, yeah, she knows what the water bottle means. You have to show it to her and be like, okay, here comes the water, but she knows. So I just spray her hair down and massage the water through with my fingers, because it's really thick and you got to get it all up in there. And then I just kind of use both my hands and really massage the water down into her scalp. It's best if you do any hairstyle straight out of the tub, but honestly, I almost never have time. So after it's wet, we go in with this Curls Blueberry Bliss leave-in conditioner, a fellow mama of a beautiful mixed little queen baby girl recommended this product to me, and I love it because number one, it smells amazing. So I just use a little bit, about that much. Depending on how long your kid's hair is, you can use more or less. I rub it all over both my hands, and then of course you just start smearing it on in there, you know. Make sure you get all the way to the edges. Rub it on in there, and then I sort of section her hair off into little clumps like this, and then kind of smear it in between, down where her hair is thickest near her scalp, and just kind of smash it down in there. I really just want to make sure that the conditioner is all the way down to her scalp. And then I rub my hands together to sort of smear around whatever residue is left and really rub it in there. Kind of rub my hands together to make sure it rubs into the ends of her hair where it's the most dry. Just kind of try to distribute it all the way from the scalp to the ends of her hair. And I just want to say I am not a professional hairstylist by any means. I am just doing the best that I know from having one cousin who had curly hair and as many forums and YouTube videos that I could possibly get my hands on for little kids with 3B/3C hair. And of course, because Aura is still a baby, her texture might change, but I really want her to look good. Anyway, here we go with a comb. She hates this part, but I have a little bit of a technique that helps. Yeah, see, she's like, ouch, mom. So you kind of just run the comb up until it catches like that. You see there's some knots there, and I grab the root of her hair and kind of pinch it together between my fingers, and then that way I can work out all of those knots there with the comb without actually pulling on her scalp. So see, she really doesn't even realize that that's what I'm doing. I find that this is the most gentle way to do it. Every once in a while I go in with a fine tooth comb, and she really especially hates that, but sometimes that's better for making sure that every single individual strand of hair is moisturized. But this is how we usually do it. So you want to be able to run that comb all the way from the front of their head all the way down to the back. And usually it's really, really rough across the back of their head where they rub on their sheets all night long while they sleep. So my hands are gross, they're slimy, and there's hair all over the comb. So now is the part where I go and I wash my hands real quick. Okay, so she is moisturized. Yes. Sometimes I do coconut oil up in there. I have a couple of other products that sometimes we do like a sort of a deep treatment, like a natural almond oil mix if I feel like she really needs something heavy. But this Blueberry Bliss leave-in conditioner is kind of our once or twice a week thing. And her hair is pretty long down there in the back. She's got a mullet. It's shorter in the middle on the back of her head. And you'll see this is kind of where I draw the line for where I am putting ponytails and where I'm not, because if I were to put them across the very back of her head, it would rub while she sleeps and mess it up, so that part doesn't get ponytails. So now we're going in with these ponytail holders. I hate them. This is the first time I ever used them. Oh my gosh, she's so cute, excited that she gets to play with that. And I've got these hair clips that are going to help me section it out. I would prefer the regular black rubber bands. These ones all broke within a few days, so I don't recommend them, but you're going to need some kind of hair tie. So I just comb her hair back straight from her, away from her face, and then just start to part down the middle. Sometimes I do 5 ponytails across the front, in which case it wouldn't be a middle part, it'd be a little more off center. And as you can see, I'm going in with the comb and starting from behind her ear and sectioning off, combing away from the part towards the front of her face, drawing that first line there for where that first line of ponytails, pigtails, I don't know, hair sections are gonna go. And you can clean up the part as much as you can, but as you can see, she is darting her head left and right, back and forth, so I really do not get too persnickety about super clean lines. It's just not that important. And then you'll see I'm starting over on the other side of her head, draw straight up from her ear to meet that center part. I love how her little bangs look across her face like that. That is so cute. But yeah, they don't stay like that, so we're gonna tie them boogers back. So yeah, she should have now what would look like a headband shape across the top of her head from one ear to the other. And I can easily re-separate that part across the middle. So now I've got her clips. She really wants one. She always wants one. I supervise her while she holds and chews on it. Please don't worry. Parent at your own risk, okay? So you take those clips and you separate the pieces that you're not going to be dealing with right now yet and the pieces that you are going to be dealing with. It's pretty self-explanatory. And ours hair is actually pretty thin, or it's like fine, I guess, is the texture of her hair. So these clips tend to slip and slide a lot. There you go. There's that middle part. Right back where it was from earlier. And I'm just going to separate the left side from the right side like that. Cute. Okay. So now we're going to go in and make our first sections and start tying these puppies off. You'll see me run my hand through her hair like that just to smooth together the curls, or at least start to smooth them. Yeah, got my hair tie, got my clip. Now we're combing. And I kind of draw that first line up over the arch of her eyebrow, I guess. But you can be as artful or not as you want with these. Whatever shape you're going for is pretty much the same technique. Yeah, so I clip that one out of the way and prepare my rubber band, ready to go. Now I'm going to comb together this section and use my hand to sort of smash all the similar curls together. Then I'm going to use a rubber band to tie it off in the position that I want, which is usually kind of just dead center. Then I separate them into 2 and pull it tight. Make it back into one little section again. I kind of comb it, yeah, to help me do that. And then I twist her curls clockwise. Now, there are 1 or 2 curls on her head, or 1 or 2 sections that I'll need to do counterclockwise. But see how cute this little piggy-tailed thingy is, and that will hold just like it is in that shape with the conditioner in it. Okay, so now we're pretty much going to do that same thing across all the different sections of her head. So, like I said, you comb through it and gather it in your hand. Then you're going to want to tie it off with your rubber band. That rhymed. Once it's tied off, you separate it into 2 and squeeze it so it's down a little tight. pull it up into one, make sure it's nice and smooth and all the little curls are joined together as they can be. And then use your finger to kind of twist it around clockwise. And then we're just gonna keep doing that same thing. Man, she was really thirsty that day. That cheese must have been salty or something. So yeah, I try not to get too finicky with the the cleanliness of the part. Yep. Anyway, I'm just doing that same thing here. And I kind of try to describe it a little bit better what I'm doing in terms of tightening the hairband. You separate the little piggy tail right down the middle, and then you pull the two strands up away from each other, and that's going to make the hairband slide down. I mean, maybe I don't have to explain that because you already know how to do that, but in case you don't, there you go. So yeah, I'm going in with that last one with the hairband. That sucks. They all broke within like 3 or 4 days of me doing this hairstyle. So anyway, I'm not bitter, only a little bit. Man, she's thirsty. Yep, tighten that little strand. There you go. Combing it to make it one nice big curl. And twirling them up together. That's my favorite part. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh. I love being a girl mom. Yeah, so that's the front of her face. I love that baby. She's being such a good girl. Okay, now we're going to move to the more tricky part, which is, I guess, the crown of her head. We're pretty much gonna follow the lines of the pattern that I made in the front. Sometimes I go a little crazy and go off center, in which case I'd start in the middle of the different sections and go straight back. But yeah, I'm gonna make that part and start combing down, separate them. You'll see the texture on the back of her head is a little bit more coarse, but that is because she rubs her head on her sheets all night. We haven't gotten to the point where she'll wear a bonnet, and silk sheets or satin sheets are very expensive for a toddler crib. I'm literally talking $60. No, thank you. So we moisturize as much as we can. So yeah, make that shape there as you like it. I originally didn't include that part that was right behind her ear, and I wanted to, so I did it. Clip away the piece that you don't need. And then you're gonna follow that part straight back. Look at that. So as you can see, this section that I'm combing is starting to dry out, and I do tend to try and work with haste, but sometimes she's really fidgety. She was super fidgety. She kept dropping her water bottle, dropping the thing she was eating, and yeah, she was very distracted. So all the hair started to dry out. Now I went ahead and did that first section there in the middle because it was more damp. Love the little twisty part. So much fun. So much fun. Boing. There it is. This part here, though, it's going to need another spritz of water. So that's what I'm going to do. And she's like, the hell? What the hell? Yeah, so there you go. That helps it all to stick together into a nice little pony. Separate it, pull them apart, make it nice and tight. There you go. Perfect. Now, yeah, that's pretty much the technique. And I just flipped it to the other side in just a second and continued with that. Oh, and I spritz some of the curls individually if they start to fray or look weird because I've bumped them a bunch whenever I'm doing the other parts. Yeah, and so that's all 8 sections, and then I sprayed down the back of her head and comb it as much as I can. It's gonna get rubbed like crazy when she sleeps anyway, so I don't even bother. Elmo has seen some things. And finally, I put some water on my fingertips and I smear down her baby hairs on one side of her face, because on the other side of her head, all of her hairs point back away from her face. And on this side of her head, they all point down towards her face. So, and that's a little weird, but she's an individual and she's beautiful. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I can't wait till the day comes when I can tie the back of her head into all these little ponytails too. It looks a little strange when it's wet, but when her hair is dry, it all stands up and it's beautiful. And she's so happy. Good girl. Eating a mozzarella cheese stick. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. Figure out your kid's hair type, and if they are 3B, 3C, or maybe even 4A, this style will work for them. So yeah, subscribe. Watch some of my other videos. Say bye-bye. Oh.